welcome to the quad cover pre-sports review. We have Mr. Prakhar and Nilakash today. And today it's time for the epic battle, the game of round of 16 that we are all waiting for. It's Portugal versus Belgium today, and we are going to discuss about that. So, Mr. Prakhar, what do you think about the two teams going head to head now?
Look, the thing is that as of I know, they met maybe 5-6 times, I guess. So what I know is it's mostly Belgium is not that much ahead of Portugal, because Portugal won two, I guess, and Belgium no, I guess Portugal won all the three and one draw, I guess, as of now.
Yeah.
Yes. So look, the thing is that head to head are there, but football is changing every time. We can see how Belgium is playing in this Euro, so you never know what happens.
So that is, we know that Belgium is a very, very tough team on score lineup this year. They have not even lost a single game in the group stage itself. What do you think about the Portuguese there, Mr. Nilakash?
Yeah, they have changed their tactics because during the first match they played with, I guess, 4-2-3-1 formation with two central defenders, central midfielders, like central defensive midfielders, and they were, I guess, William Carvalho and Danilo Pereira. But this time against France, they switched their tactics to 4-3-3, and it was a clever move from the Portuguese side because bringing in Renato Sanchez in the midfield is an attacking move, and Renato Sanchez is also a box-to-box player, so he can provide support in defense as well, and he's an incredible player. He might have not any experience in big teams, but as we have seen in the Euros as well as in the bigger stages, like in the international stages, he has performed really very well, and so the Portuguese side is also the Portuguese sides are also looking very lethal after bringing in Renato Sanchez, after giving him the first team opportunity. So it's a very tough battle.
Renato Sanchez has proved himself on the stage last game versus France. It was an incredible match, and we all witnessed it, that he has the potential to turn any game on his own.
Yes, he was extremely beautiful in that match. Like he played some incredible through balls. He made tackles. He was dominating towards in the whole midfield. So I guess it will be a very tough battle for Belgium. And
well, as we know, it will be a game of midfield. So talking about the midfield of the Belgium and a fit Kevin De Bruyne, so he can be as lethal as anyone. In fact, he can be the game changer.
It depends upon the tactics Belgium is switching to. Like if Belgium comes with 3-4-2-1 formation, then it will become very difficult for Belgium to like play against the side of Portugal, the side like Portugal. But if they come up with a formation like 3-5-2 with three midfielders like Witsel, Tielemans and Kevin De Bruyne in the mid, then Kevin De Bruyne will have more of the ball and will have the liberty to move forward as well as track back. He won't have that pressure that he can face in 3-4-2-1 formation, because in 3-4-2-1 formation he has to play with Witsel, and that will be very tiring for a player like him, because we know that Kevin De Bruyne is not as lethal as Renato Sanchez in the box-to-box role. I would put it in this way. So having two holding midfielders like Witsel and Tielemans, it will be like an advanced move for Belgium to face a side like Portugal.
They also have Den Donker, I guess, in the form.
No, I guess Den Donker will not make his. I think Roberto Martinez will not give Den Donker this opportunity to face against Portugal unless and until there are any injury scenes. So I guess Tielemans, Witsel and Kevin De Bruyne will start, because after according to this formation in the last stage, that is in World Cup 2018, Belgium had chosen Moussa Dembele as the holding midfielder with Axel Witsel, and since Moussa Dembele has gone from the side, so I think it will be Tielemans and not Den Donker, because Tielemans has more experience than Den Donker.
Well, if we are talking about experience, we have witnessed the injury of Nelson Semedo last game against France. So, what do you think, Mr. Prakhar? Will they play Diogo Dalot as an RB for Portugal in the round of 16, or will they go with?
Look, it's firstly Portugal came to Euro without one of the best right backs of them, and also what I will
Cancelo, I
say that
guess.
again, yes, Cancelo,
Yes.
and what I will
Why?
say is actually I think he got
Cancelo was
COVID
injured.
positive. He got COVID positive or like that. So that was a very bad thing for Portugal, and we have seen that Semedo is was suffering against Germany in that match. But later he actually recovered, and yeah, if we see his game against France, he was good. He was very good. At least on his level, he was a very good player in the field. But yeah, it's a problem that he got injured. I don't know how much problematic that injury is, but I feel that I think he can start. He can start again, because I don't think Diego Dalot will be a possible choice over him, because Diego Dalot's match time he is lacking that.
Well, very nice, very nice. We are all waiting for Cristiano Ronaldo to get one ahead of Ali Dai. Will that be in this game or not? So, what are your score predictions for the game, Mr. Prakhar?
It's very tough to predict the score of this type of match. It's like, I'll say it can go to Belgium's favor, as I've seen the last two matches where Kevin De Bruyne playing. He was brilliant. I guess as far I have seen, the Portugal defense is not that much good enough to stop Lukaku in front, as well as maybe they will go with two CDMs again to stop Kevin De Bruyne's space. I guess William Carvalho and Danilo Pereira, but I don't think that that might be an option to stop a player like KDB. And also maybe I can see Hazard playing something brilliant in that game.
And what are you saying?
I guess it can be it can be maybe a tough match. Obviously, maybe 3-1. I guess for Belgium.
And Mr. Nilakash, what do you think about?
If Belgium starts with 3-5-2, then it can go for Belgium. But with Chadli and Meunier starting the games, and I think Boyata will also play in place of Denaya. From my point of view, from a fan's point of view, to be very honest, I want Vermaelen to start the game with Alderweireld and Vertonghen, because these three are the most experienced defenders in the side, and you need experience against Portugal. Okay.
In fact, they have been one of the best centre-back pairs for last decade. Toby Alderweireld and Vertonghen.
Yeah, and Vertonghen and Alderweireld had been one of the best centre-back pairs of the last decade. And as we miss Vincent Kompany, so it's very tough for us to stop like attacking threats, and especially Cristiano Ronaldo. But I think if Belgium plays with comes up with 3-5-2, I think it can go for Belgium. And with Hazard and Lukaku as two centre forwards, with Hazard playing as a free role, and three midfielders including Kevin De Bruyne, Yuri Tielemans and Axel Witsel. I think it will be a 2-2 draw, and then Belgium sealing the victory in the extra time.
Extra time, or it might go to the penalties as well, and they have both on their side. So we just cannot write off that Belgium team with the team sheet. They have star-studded 11, in fact. So if you just look at my guess, I might go for a 2-1 win with Belgium.
Yeah, it can happen if Belgium comes up with a 3-5-2, because I have been following this side since 2012. I have been following their games for last 10 years, and I know that for against big teams, Belgium has always came up with like 3 central defenders with 5 midfielders. Against a team like against teams like Brazil, against teams like France, we have seen in the last World Cup, Belgium have always done this, coming up with
I have
5
seen
midfielders.
a nervous Portugal side against Germany and France. The side have actually become nervous after conceding a
But
goal.
Portugal has that experience from the earlier group stages. Like Belgium has not have not yet faced a big giants, but Portugal has have faced 2 big giants in the world football, like Germany and France, and they have that experience. And the most important thing is that they have that flow again, how to face against big teams, and Belgium will face difficulty, I guess. I think
Actually, like from last 2-3 years, they are doing that. They faced many times big teams, and they most of the time they stopped the big teams from scoring. Like with obviously 2 CDMs, they are tracking back in the box when they're attacking. They're attacking from the middle to stop the attacking
Yeah,
from the
but this
middle.
is also a weak point for Portugal to play with 2 stadiums, because they are extremely slow. They are
Yes,
extremely slow. They are not agile.
that is why actually I told about KDB to win
Yes,
again in that
you need to
phase.
have agile midfielders, and that's where Renato Sanchez comes in. You have
Yes.
to. You can play with one central defensive midfielder. With Danilo is not bad. Danilo is very good, and if you play Renato Sanchez, if you play Bruno Fernandes, I guess he will start against Belgium. Bruno Fernandes as well as Renato Sanchez, I guess. And with Bernardo Silva, Diogo Jota, it's a very good side. It's one of the best
Very
sides
Yes.
Portugal has had in the recent years. Like
Yes, that's true.
with the rise in the form of like uh, Bruno Fernandes, uh, uh, Bernardo Silva, Diogo Jota, they have proved themselves in bigger stages in the Premier League. And Bruno Fernandes is one of the best midfielders in the world right now. And
Yes,
I
absolutely.
think, and I think it will be a very tough game for Belgium. It will be a very
Yes.
tough game for Belgium.
And yes,
It-
obviously, and I think
It would
also
have
that
been less. It would have been less tougher against teams like Germany, but against Portugal, it will be a very tough game.
yes, and obviously like everyone is waiting to see Bruno Fernandes that form he was in with Manchester United. So if he comes back, I guess Portugal will be a very tough opponent for many.
So as a fan
I ca-
side, we
sorry to
have
interrupt.
a real game, real treat now.
Yes,
Yeah,
tell.
sorry to interrupt. I can't recall the player who had played with Renato Sanchez and Danilo Pereira in the last game against France, I guess. Who was
William
that
Carvalho.
midfielder?
It was William
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 Carvalho
Carvalho had
and
started.
I guess against France, right?
Yeah. I think Bruno Fernandes came as
No,
a
Bruno Fernandes
substitute.
came as a substitute.
Yeah.
And the team was they were playing in a 4-1-4-1 formation. Oh, it was Mutin.
Yeah. It was
Bernardo
João Coutinho,
Silva,
right?
João
Yeah.
Coutinho, Sanchez, and Jota in the 4 attacking players, and as well as Ronaldo in the front, and Danilo Pereira as a CDM halfback, you can say. Pepe, Ruben Dias as centre backs, Rafael Guerrero and Semedo as 2 side backs, wing backs.
Yeah, you can see the confidence in the side. They had João Coutinho is, I think, the most aged player in the team
And
right
most
now.
experienced, most aged.
Most experienced
Yes,
player with
very.
over 100 caps, I guess. So
Yes.
you can see that how confident is the side to that they have João Coutinho in the first team squad against a team like France, and that has really helped them a lot.
Yes,
that
and
experience-
even in that match, whenever actually Pogba, they stopped many times this pair of Pogba, Kante and Griezmann by tracking back. Then and Renato Sanchez came as a CDM box to box midfielder. Danilo Pereira tracks back. So I guess
With Bruno Fernandes in the bench, he can come later and just finish
in
the
the
game.
place of Joe Moutinho, Bruno Fernandes can come and obviously.
Yes.
Well, let's just hope for the
It will be
football
a
at
tough
its
game.
best. Thank you very much. That's all we have from the preview our side. Let's hope for the game at its best. Thank you.
Thank you.